So we have this circuit, and we're trying to find the current at ohm at this resistor. Let's call it resistor 2. And so we have to figure out the directions of the circuit first. So we have the circuit would go this way. This would be I1, the same direction, I1. And then when it gets to this junction, it will split. We would have three directions. So this would go this way. We'll call this I2 because it's going that way. And when this comes through this, it would hit this area, which is another junction, and it would split again. So when it splits, I2 splits into I1 again, and it goes this way into I3. Okay, now it splits, it comes through here, splits, goes down, and one goes up. The one that goes up I3 comes this way. Again, this is I3, and this is I3. So now what we have is one direction that goes this way, the other one goes that way. You know what I mean? One that goes this, the one on the top go this way. And so now we have to put them into one equation. We would build two equations. One equation for the first loop, second equation would be for the second loop. This junction right here represents say this, where we have this is I3, this is I1, and this is I2. Now I3 and I1 makes up I2. So when we put them in an equation, it would go like that. I2 equals to I1 plus I3. Because this and this make up this direction. So I just moved the circuit up a little bit so we have more space. We have this equation again. This one. Okay, now the circuit, the first loop that goes in the bottom area, in the bottom, would start from the battery here, the 4.0 volts. Would have 4 volts go up, and it goes to this battery right here, which would be plus 1 volt. And the reason I know why is it plus and not minus, because it's plus on this side, negative on this side, and exits from here, so exits from the positive terminal. Okay, and then here same thing, it would enter from negative, exits from the positive. And now for this resistor here, we have it would enter from the positive, exits from the negative. And so when it gets to the junction here, the circuit goes down here and it enters again from positive, exits from the negative. So that means we would have here negative 2.0, or I'll just remove the 0 here with 2, and this is I2. This loop of this circuit is I2 now. This was I1, split in the junction, became I2 here, and it exits from the negative side, gets again here, junction, split, goes down, because it want to complete the loop, you know. It enters from positive sides, exit from negative side. That means I would have 3 point, or just 3 I1. This is I1, I1, we went back to I1 equals to 0. Now the second equation is for the top loop. The equation will start from the battery here. We would have 1 volt. This is negative, this is positive. I know it's messed up, but this is positive side, exits from positive sides, enters in the resistor from the positive sides, and exits from negative. I2. Now it gets to this junction, goes up into I3. So we would have here, and this is, in this resistor, enters from positive, exits from negative. So we would have -1. This is what we have, these two equations. Now I'll isolate for I3, since there's only one here, it'll be easier to solve. And once I isolate for I3, I'll plug it into this equation. Okay, now I have this I3. I'll plug it into here. I1. So we would have 1 volt negative, 2I2. Okay, when negative, we'll move it to the other side so that we isolate I by itself, because we want to get rid of all of these ones and want to keep I2 because we're solving for this resistor here, I2. So become positive 3 I2, because this goes to the other side, becomes positive, adds up with this, becomes 3 I2, and this volt, 1 volt, goes to the other side as well, becomes negative, and then now it's isolated for I1. Okay, so I just moved this equation up a little bit so I have more space. Now I'll plug this into this I. So and I'll add those along the way. So we'll have 5 volts, -2 I2. We would have -3 I2, -1 volt equals to 0. Distribute. We would have 5 volts again, -2 I2. We would have 9 I2, positive 3 volts equals to 0. Now this and this adds up, and this adds up. We would have 8 volts equals to, sorry, minus 11, -11 I2. So I'll move the I to the other side. Would have 11 I2 equals to 8 volts. Now I'll just solve for I2. I would have I2 equals to 8 over 11, which is equal to 0.72, I think. That's it, everybody. Thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day.